Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Ninjaxtx, and welcome to the 69th video in my fifth round of philosophy video. Now, in the last couple of videos, I've talked about Masters of the Universe. Now, Masters of the Universe Revelation, Masters of the Universe, the original Masters of the Universe. Um, Now that covered the movie, the the cartoon iterations of it, and the new revelation or the new revelation. Um, I liked Master of the Universe Revelation. Um, like I said, part one has dropped on Netflix already. Part one has five parts. Number one, it needed to be longer. Number two, I didn't agree with some of the things they did, but I watched it because it was Masters of the Universe. Um, I didn't agree with a lot of it, in fact. But what I will say is if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, there are some things that you are not going to be happy with. But, and this is where this video picks up, I'm going to give my thoughts on how they can rectify this in part two. Now we don't know when part two is coming yet. Um, Kevin Smith says that he's already got the script done, and they've just got to film it if when Netflix gives the green light. Um, and if you don't, this is gonna have spoilers in it for Master of the Universe Revelation. So if you haven't seen it yet, please click off, and I'll give you guys a minute to do that. Now, okay, how they can fix um Revelation is very, very simple. No, they're not going to pull a Bobby Ewing and say it was all a dream. What they can do is quite simple. What they can do is say this is just one dimension of eternity. Because everybody knows there's different dimensions. And with it showing, with them showing every iteration so far of He-Man in the Preternia, in the Preternia episodes, I think they could get away with saying this was just an alternate um, version of Masters of the Universe, or what we saw. in this version of Masters of the Universe was just a alternate version of Eternia. And they need to bring He-Man back. Um, he needs to go on a quest to bring the dimension back in line because when Skeletor got the power sword, it basically became the Lord of Castle Grayskull, or the leader of Castle Grayskull. That knocked some things out of whack. And as he was doing that, uh, the timeline got knocked out. So He-Man goes back to these different versions of himself and says, we all need to unite to bring back the balance of Eternia. Not worried about magic, not worried about any of that, but we all need to unite to bring back the balance to Eternia. Now, how they bring him back is just like they brought back Skeletor. Um, maybe the version of Prince Adam that came back and was healed was a ghost or was a magical apparition. Wasn't actually the Prince Adam that we knew, but the Prince Adam that everyone projected projected him to be. And I know some of this may not make sense to you guys, but if you watch good, if you watch Revelation, you'll understand it. Maybe they need to say that when in the first episode, maybe the real Prince Adam uh, got knocked somewhere or got knocked in another dimension, and now they go on a quest to find him, just like that. Just like if you'll forgive the Star Trek, if you'll forgive the Star Trek likenesses, just like Captain Kirk and his crew went to find Spock. Maybe they go to find Prince Adam reincarnated. Now, not to leave Tila out. Oh no, because we wouldn't want to do that. I like the portrayal of Tila in this iteration, but there were a few things that I didn't like. Now, what they can do is there, and you can see it in the show that they may be setting up for Tila to become the defender of Eternia or a champion for Eternia. I have no problem with that because if you look at the original if you look at the original series, if you look even at the Cartoon Network series that came out in 2002, there was room to set up for that. and I will tell you why. Okay, King Grayskull had a daughter by the original sorceress. Um, that daughter was basically adopted by Duncan, and you guys know who Duncan is. Duncan is man at arms. Um, and Duncan is Tila's adopted father. Okay, well, why not go back and dive into that backstory where Tila becomes a basic hybrid between the warrior that she is and a new type of sorceress. Um, Combining magic with badassery. Um, because I do think T is a badass character. What I what I didn't like about this series, Revelations, is they tended to make it all about her, which if you look at it, it needed to dive into a few other things that they left out. They left plot holes in everything. They didn't tie everything up. Now, part two is coming. We don't know when, as I said, but as part two comes, Kevin Smith needs to look at it as I made a mistake. How can I fix it? And he needs to ask the people how would they fix what he's done. I'm I'm not saying Kevin Smith is a bad writer, bad pop culture influence because he's good at what he does, but he didn't do He-Man right. I'm and he didn't do Masters of the Universe right unless he's planning to tie it up as this version of Eternia and the Masters of the Universe myth- mythos being an alternate version. I'm fine with it being an alternate version, but he needs to set some things right. And will he? I don't know. Because, like I said, I'm just waiting to see season two, or not season two, season one, part two. And I'm hoping that he listens to the people and the backlash that has come from this. Uh, because, as I always say, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, it's not really a mistake. If you make a mistake and you keep doing that thing that you're not supposed to do, which kind of is what this was, because I think there was so much hype built around it that Kevin Smith got a squirrel head. And it, quite frankly, is coming back to bite him now. Do I think? Do I think it can be fixed? Yes, but he has to man up and own up to his uh, mistakes. Um, I'm sorry. Like I said, I like Kevin Smith, but with part one of Master of the Universe Revelation. He's done a bad thing. Can he fix it? Yes. Um. Anyway, I hope that made sense for you guys. I hope that cleared some of your thoughts up. And I will say this. The one thing that I will say about this is bring back Orko. Bring back Orko. Bring other members of the Master of the Universe back in here. Don't just leave it as it is, Kevin. And I know Kevin Smith won't see this, but if on the off chance that he does, Kevin, you did a bad thing. But you can fix it. So get to fixing it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. I will see you guys tomorrow for my next Chairbound of Screamers session. Until then, take care. Bye bye for now.